Hi, my name is Alex, and today I will be discussing Lake Atitlan. I will talk you through its history and its formation, its relevance to the world, and the threat that this unique ecosystem faces today. So, how did Lake Atitlan form? Lake Atitlan is located in the southwestern region of Guatemala. It is an endorheic lake, or a terminal lake, meaning it doesn't connect to the sea but rather is fed by two nearby rivers. It is bordered and shaped by surrounding escarpments, steep slopes, and three volcanoes on its southern flank. The basin of the lake is volcanic in its origin. Lake Atitlan has experienced about 12 million years and four different periods of volcanic activity. It is a caldera that formed during an eruptive period about 85,000 years ago. A caldera is a large volcanic crater that forms from massive eruptions that in turn collapses the mouth of the volcano. According to the Global Volcanism Program, it is theorized that these surrounding stratovolcanoes formed post-dating this collapse, where a rhyolitic, kind of igneous, volcanic rim formed around this crater, and a new series of vents for magma to rise from the mantle emerged along this rim. Atitlan is on a convergent plate boundary, where an oceanic continental plate convergence occurred, meaning two tectonic plates, one oceanic and one continental plate, collided and one moved beneath the other. In this process called subduction, the sinking plate moved deeper into the mantle and released fluid from the rock, creating an opening for this liquid in the mantle of the earth to rise. As it rose, it began to heat up and melt, becoming magma, molten rock. The rising magma, of course, needed an opening or a vent at the surface, and this is how volcanoes form. There are more than three volcanic formations surrounding Lake Atitlan, but Volcan Atitlan, Volcan San Pedro, and Volcan Toliman are the main ones. And the formation of these volcanoes in Lake Atitlan is very fascinating. So why is Atitlan relevant? Surrounding cities, towns, and villages overlook quite this incredible landscape of the lake and its surrounding volcanoes. Thousands of tourists travel to surrounding cities for its amenity value, for its rich history in both Mayan and Spanish colonial roots, as well as rich culture and wildlife each year. More importantly, though, Lake Atitlan provides livelihood to more than 380,000 people surrounding the lake, providing food, water, and energy to these people. So what threats does Lake Atitlan face today? There have been bigger and stronger hurricanes and increased rainfall, which has been theorized to be the cause of water levels rising dramatically, about 15 to 30 feet. Water travels through the river channels, and due to geological blockages in aquifers that drain water, the water levels rise. This has resulted in homes, businesses, farmland, and shoreline towns becoming swallowed by the lake. While some say that this is part of a 50-year cyclical motion of water levels rising and falling in the lake, most scientists say that climate change is heavily attributing to this problem. Lake Atitlan also faces the threat of eutrophication. Changing water temperatures and increases in runoff nutrients in the lake have contributed to the depletion of oxygen in the water due to cyanobacteria and algal blooms. And this problem begins to kind of layer upon itself. And it's not only dangerous for people to swim in, but it also kills aquatic life, which is detrimental to hundreds of local fishermen and communities. There is also untreated wastewater and human sewage that flows into the lake and contributes to this intense bacteria, and not only furthers the clouding of the water and adds to the algal blooms, but creates a serious public health issue to local communities. Scientific theory says that The greenhouse gases that are increasing our global temperatures in the process of climate change will also increase rates of volcanic eruptions. Graeme T. Swindles, an associate professor of Earth System Dynamics at the University of Leeds, explains that as glaciers expand, the ice puts immense pressure on the Earth's surface. He states that it can affect magma flow and the voids and gaps in the Earth where magma flows to the surface, as well as how much magma the crust can actually hold. As stated before, the last volcanic eruption was when Volcan Atitlan erupted in 1853. So who's to say when there will be another volcanic eruption surrounding Lake Atitlan? And luckily today there is science and technology that quite precisely and accurately predicts volcanic activity. But that being said, if an eruption were to occur, who knows how much time local communities would have to flee far enough away to safety, leaving their entire lives, cultures, and history behind. So to conclude, there are plenty of other issues faced by Atitlan, including overpopulation, overfarming, deforestation, and the list goes on. So it's important that such a unique and natural landscape and ecosystem with such rich history and biological diversity is the focus of government programs, organizations, field biologists, conservationists in restoring the health of the lake to help local communities and this ecosystem. It's also important to consider the many endless ways that climate change affects local communities, ecosystems, and our world's most unique landscapes, such as Lake Atitlan, on a broader scale. To be a part of the efforts to navigate our global community towards conservation and reducing the impending and unfolding impacts of climate change is not done in vain. It affects every corner and every ecosystem, every community and every landscape of the world. Thank you.